blame Buhari, politicians, and police alone for Nigeria's problem. Islamic group Murik says, welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Prof. Ishaq Akintola, director of the organization, disclosed this in a statement on Friday. So he's actually coming out to say we should not blame Buhari for this. Well, again, I do not trust the headlines, and this is because they might say something else, and so maybe he's going to point out where, you know, why they are not to be blamed. I'm believing that is what the article will be talking about. And of course, the blame even is not going to be on our leaders alone. Trust me. We, the electors, will have our own portion of the blame. Before you eat me up, listen. But let's first find out what exactly, or the angle or the school of thought he is going to be speaking from. Stay with us, the news in detail. Islamic advocacy group Muslim Rights Concern has urged Nigerians to resist the tendency of blaming President Muhammadu Buhari and other political leaders alone for the country's state of affairs. Prof. Ishaq Akintola, director of the organization, disclosed this in a statement on Friday. He urged Nigerians to revisit the value system, claiming that a society has lost its moral sanity. Akintola commended the judiciary for delivering a fair and just ruling case of a student of Tonyo High School area in Ado, Ogun State, whose parents were said to have incited thugs to beat up teachers for sending out their child from classroom over an indecent hairstyle. The group maintained that such ruling by Magistrate B.O. Abdul Salam of the Ado Ota Magistrate Court was a depiction of fair treatment, stressing that the pronouncement had injected a heavy dose of confidence in the judicial system. The statement reads, Magistrate B.O. Abdul Salam of the Ado Ota Magistrate Court recently ordered that parents of a student whose mother brought thugs to school to beat his teachers be remanded in Abeokuta and Ilaro correctional facilities. Murik salutes the wisdom of this judge. His judicial pronouncement has injected a heavy dose of confidence in the Nigerian judiciary. He has also sent a strong message to unruly students, as well as parents who condone indiscipline, that a new sheriff is in town. Students have become too daring in recent times if reports of attacks on teachers in various schools is anything to go by. It is shameful that parents nowadays indulge their children and pamper them in spite of their recklessness. We must visit our value system. We must change society. But that change begins with every Nigerian. We must stop blaming our leaders alone, the police alone, the politicians alone. We must realize that every Nigerian home has become a training base for all the evils of the world. Immorality, indecency, corruption, laziness, excessive materialism, acrobatic impunity, articulated spirituality, and gymnastic religiosity. Parents must up their game in local parentis. Okay, this is a saying. If you do not read the whole story, you are going to be confused. Like I said, the angle where he attacked or he dealt with this issue from, he did justice to this issue from, is the angle of charity begins at home. You cannot train a snake and expect a lion. You cannot train a dog and expect a cat. What it means is the values we want our leaders, politicians, religious leaders, wherever. Where does it begin from? It begins from the home. Once upon a time, a man and a woman who were raised, how were they raised? Were they raised right? They come together and they form a family. And they do not raise the children right. Before you know it, it spreads. It does. So what he is trying to say is, yes, It is true. But like I used to say, let us remember that our leaders don't fall from heaven. They were not born leaders. They were once upon a time electors like us. They were once upon a time people who were struggling like us. They were once upon a time people who were voting. How did they vote? How is their life as at then? You cannot give A and get B. It's not possible. You give A, you get A. So I think he's saying from the angle of we always blaming, that we should also remember that these people, they did not fall from the sky. They started from where? The family. So if something is wrong with the society, that means something is now wrong to the grassroots, which is the family. Something is now wrong with the grassroots with the family. I'm telling you. Imagine a student was sent outside the classroom. They didn't flog the person, no. They just sent him out. Maybe he did a kind of hairstyle that does not make him look like a student. If you're a student, you're in a school, you have to subject yourself to the authority of the school. I've said it before. You are in a place, you have to subject yourself to the authority of that place. If you're not going to, you leave. That is just, it is very simple. If you go abroad, you cannot be doing anyhow you like. You have to subject yourself to their laws. And fortunately, school, that is what they teach us to do, to follow instruction and be disciplined. Do you think what you go to lesson school is the mathematics and the, at the end of the day, do you use it in life? No. Whatever the quantitative reason, the X, find X and find Y, do you use? No, you don't. What you are going to school to learn, apart from the writing, the how am I going to say it now? Apart from the ones that, okay, you do well in maths and other subjects, you're also going to learn character. And they cannot teach you in school if your parents do not even support good character at home. No matter how good you are. That means if anytime the teacher teaches and you go home, everything will wipe away. So parents, it is a wake-up call. In your chase for money, in your I don't want my child to suffer, please let them have sense. Train them well, because tomorrow they will use them to weigh you. Since your child is behaving like that, it is on rare occasions that when you have finally seen the mother of that particular person or the father and you're asking, so why is this person not like you? Not so, oh, he decided to be like this. Let's not forget that these children will represent us when they go out. We should do the needful. We should do the right thing. Yes, the politicians have their own share of the blame, but as parents, charity begins at home. The change we all want, the good governance we all want, we have to start inculcating them in our children. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.